My name's John Denton and I'm involved in the video because I have to use the food banks.
My name's Andy Robinson.
My name is David Solomon. I am 35 years old and I live in a tent.
My name's Kieran. I'm 49. I live in St Austell.
My name's Andrew Hocking. I'm 19 years old and I'm living in a tent.
My name is Jenny Davis.
My name's Tom. I'm 29. I live in Newquay, but I mostly work around the Austell area.
My name's Graham Bullitt. I volunteer here at Stack.
Don Gardner, manager of CPR Food Bank.
I worked for 20 odd years. I've been a university lecturer for the past 6 years. My job fell through in September and I got ill, so I missed the semester for the second one, and I'm in this situation. General thought of people who don't use food banks are that the ones who do are just scroungers. They don't want to work, they want to just grab. They don't understand the situation that people are in or the many ways that they come into the situation.
Do I think there's a stereotype to food bank users? Absolutely, because everyone I speak to in my job, where I work on nights or any previous jobs, has always had this sort of very negative, very derogatory sort of appeal about them, as if there's only one type of person, one type of desperation that would require you to be in a position to need food on such short notice. It's only when people start realising that people in their schools, the friends of their children, their parents are being advised to go to food banks, and that advice is coming from the school, only then does it suddenly hit home. But it's really sad that it has to be that drastic for people to realise.
I've worked all my life. I've worked for the National Grid, I've worked in hospitals, I've worked all my life until I got this heart trouble. And you know, I'm struggling and I'm trying, and I don't want to go to a food bank, but I have to. And why should people then say that I'm, lowest of low because I have to go to a food bank? And that's how you get treated by other people. Sorry, it gets you emotional, but that's what happens. When it comes to it, when I need some help, I can't get it. It's just really wrong.
If it wasn't for Stack, I would be in food poverty. I wouldn't be able to survive because I can't cook safely. And I wouldn't eat. What's up?
I went through a divorce like a lot of men do. I was still working. I wasn't able to get accommodation, so I lived rough in a car for 18 months. I struggled, went to the council, went to all the powers that be. There's no help for a single man. They said, you're working, live in a hotel. And because of that experience, I came to Stack, and it's just giving something back to society.
I'd say the charities like Stack are very good, are very caring. Cornwall as an establishment is not. Their attitude tends to be moved to Devon. Individuals, they just let the private charities get on with it.
Without Stack, people would starve and they would be within serious need. I mean, they wouldn't have any human contact. A lot of the people just come here for a talk. They're that lonely, they're that depressed that they use us just as a drop-in centre. Okay.
In this day and age, I can't believe that people are treated like this in this country. I really can't. And it doesn't matter what government you've got in power, it seems nothing's really changing. No one's really standing out there for people that are really in trouble.
We need more places like C&C that offer their support and guidance where they can around Cornwall. I don't believe that Cornwall has got a very good support network. It's about getting them connected with other agencies, and perhaps they can learn a few things from C&C.
If it was in a food bank here in St Austell, I would have trouble in surviving. So thanks to the food bank getting me my vouchers to be able to get food, now I am managing to survive.
People that are in our position need help, not because they want it. I'd rather be out working. If I could be working tomorrow, I would. But why should people, you know, be treated in this way?
People are starving. This the government basis that people are not starving in this country, it's a load of rubbish. I meet them day in, day out. I meet people that are absolutely desperate.
I probably would have been in the hospital before that, excuse me, if it hadn't been for the food banks, because I have to eat certain amounts because of my diabetes. And it's just the fact that I've not taken insulin on a certain day because I've not had the food to eat to counteract it. But if it hadn't been for the food banks, I would definitely have been hospitalised over it.
I had a phone call one afternoon from my local school saying, please could I deliver some food? Now we don't normally deliver, but it sounded quite serious, so I picked out the food that they wanted and took it over to the school. And I was told that a 13-year-old girl had collapsed in school that day. She collapsed in school because she hadn't eaten for 3 days, and when they got hold of the mum came in and the whole family had not eaten for 3 days.
If it wasn't for the food banks, I would have trouble surviving.
If you don't think food poverty exists in Camborne, Paul and Redruth, then you are one of the very fortunate people that are not struggling. But there are hundreds that are. Come and walk into a food bank and sit down for a half an hour and meet the people I meet. Talk to the families that I talk to and see whether you can help them like we're trying to do.
There is a big stereotype about food bank. Basically, how I look at it is Britain is a part of G8. So that means we are one of the richest countries in the world. Yet tonight there'll be 500,000 people who will be on the streets of Britain who will be hungry or will be hungry in the wrong kind of way. They might eat something, but it is not healthy for them. So food bank is a great way to attract these people to come and get their problem solved, but it is almost like sticking a plaster on the problem. Instead of always focusing on the immediate outcome, we should look at what threw someone into the river at the first place upstream rather than just pulling them out of the stream downstream.